apocalypse, Mr. Manheim.
Who are you?
Your new lord and master. You may call me Darkseid.
Get ready to get your yucks and Fitbit users, and yucks means numbers of steps in this case. And we're going to be reading a comic named after me, of what my dad used to call me whenever I used to piss him off, Funnyman.
You funny piece of shit.
That's right. You listen to Dark Side's Couch, and I'm Mike.
This is James.
I'm Shée.
I almost said I was Mike.
I said I'd have a bit, and I'd wing it, and I winged it so hard it made no sense.
No, it worked. Actually, I'll check my Fitbit right now. What are my steps? I'm at 19,000 steps for the day.
Does that actually work?
I mean, it's
What do
accurate.
you mean, does that
every
work?
time I take
Fitbit.
every time I take a step, it moves. Like I don't know what to tell you.
Can't you just shake
Does
it?
it work? Depends on if they start sponsoring us.
If you just shake it, yeah. Well, Google bought Fitbit, and now they seem to be kind of gradually shutting it down. So it's a whole debacle. But no, it works. I like the interface of it quite a bit. If you just shake it, sometimes it'll work, but it's not. It's pretty good about telling that you've actually had a stride, because it learns your stride and how you move, and so it can actually kind of determine the difference. Like if I go swimming, it knows that I went swimming, not that I went running, that I did anything else. It knows that I went swimming specifically.
Probably because it gets wet.
Probably, I'm sure that probably contributes to it, but it also, yeah, it's pretty intuitive. It's helped me a lot because I like analytics, so it shows me all the analytics, and it helps me kick my ass a little bit more to try and beat my past self.
So I hate analytics, so I don't use Fitbit.
Yep. That's our two differing philosophies of how we handle things.
Yeah, I go by feel and heart.
Yep. No, I want cold, hard numbers and facts.
That's the difference between you and I in general.
Yeah, that
I'm
is
very
true.
much driven by strong
No, I'm winging it.
emotions.
No, I need all the data. I need all the analytics. I need to repress my emotions.
No, I don't want any of that nerd shit.
Emotions are nerdy.
Hey, well,
Not anger.
except for the anger ones. Yeah, the anger and spite. Those ones are those ones are very Chadley.
My main forces of drive.
My default attitude. Yeah.
I'm Captain Flame.
I mean, I'm angry and from Captain Victory. Yeah, I'm angry and spiteful all the time. It's just I don't think I let it factor in a negative way usually. But I'm still angry. I'm boiling over.
I'm changing careers out of spite.
Just to show you got to get a company to be very reliant on you and then pull the rug out from under.
That is exactly what I'm
Yep.
doing right now.
Yep. Even if it's to your detriment, it's still
Yeah,
you have
that's
to do
exactly what I'm doing right now.
it.
It's like,
It's not good for me, but
Can't wait for all your coworkers to hear this, Mike.
dude, they already
They
know, and
absolutely
they're
will.
all like, they're sad, but my bosses like in the field are frightened. They because they don't know what to do. It's like they're going to hire like 10 people to replace
because
me.
they've been abusing you for years.
I mean, I've been
Let 'em get
overcharging
away
them.
with it. Yeah. Funnyman.
That's me. I'm the funny man.
Hey, Funnyman.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's not racist. Let's
Nope, not at all.
celebrate that. It wasn't racist.
Nope.
It's kind of sexist though, and there's one delicate.
Not really. His
it's a
manager's
little
a
sexist.
woman, and she's in charge of the operation.
And we'll get to the woman. There's also a delicate F word that's associated with homophobia. I don't know if we're allowed to say that word anymore, but they didn't mean nothing by it. They didn't mean it in that way.
I didn't catch that.
I did
It's in
not
the,
either.
It's in the text story. Did you guys read the text stories?
No.
The text story? Okay.
No,
well,
of course
it
not.
was
There's
was
a hard
probably
F.
for the best.
There's a hard F in the text story.
That,
Damn.
Well, no. Let me be very
Or do you mean
clear.
like fairy?
No. It's the hard F, but it's referring to a pile of sticks.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
but it
Wow,
it
way to
did
get us
stun me.
riled up over nothing.
It did stun me for a
Burying
second.
the lead there, huh?
I think this comic is about why women only think they want to date a funny guy.
That's right.
So you're kind of like this all the time, huh? Really?
Yep.
It's just- it never,
Every relationship I've ever had.
never turns off, huh? Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Funnyman from 1948. This is the first issue. This is Siegel and Shuster created Superman. 10 years later, trying to get back some of the millions that they lost by selling Superman to National Comics for $120.
Idiots.
Well, who knew? Who could
Idiots.
possibly have known there was nothing like Superman before?
Never sell anything.
Well, then it wasn't getting out. It wasn't getting out. They needed $120. That was a lot of money in 1938.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was never a lot of money. It wasn't going to do anything. But yeah, a decade after Superman, Magazine Enterprises brings us Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster's latest creation is Funnyman, and he ran for 6 big issues.
And I bet they thought like, shit, like we just sold Superman and now it's this big thing. We need to do something else to get some money because we created Superman, so we could do it again, right? Lightning strikes twice.
And they nailed it. Funnyman is the shit.
They didn't realize that they could have just made they could have just copied Superman almost like exactly, and that would have been better than what they just went on the other end of the spectrum, and they were just like, well, it can't just be another guy in a cape. How many of those can there be?
You know what? There's actually one of the stories in here is actually a coded slap in the face to all the people that ripped off Superman. We'll get to that. Yeah, I don't know. I commend them that they went in a very different direction. This is not Superman. This is a very different character.
It's Conan O'Brien.
Yeah, this is not good.
Oh, Shée, really briefly, like I'm sure we'll get a more in-depth look at it as we go through, but really quickly at the top, what's the headline that tells you don't like this?
Do you want me to talk about what I don't like about the character or what I didn't like about the comic book?
Oh my God. They're two different
one and the
things.
same.
I mean, the book is named after the guy.
Yeah, what didn't you like
No,
about
it is two different things.
Okay, well, really quick.
I was annoyed on multiple levels.
Okay.
Which is why I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, I wasn't annoyed at all.
No.
Part of it was that I found this book incredibly boring.
Okay.
Hey, that's fair.
The other half of it, which is why I was annoyed with him, is that he as a person, and you kind of hit this, never turns off.
No, that's me.
Never,
That is true.
ever fucking turns off, whether he's Funnyman or the other guy who magically can also do everything, even though he's just a fucking comic. And I see the frustration on his lady manager.
Yes.
And I identify with it so
Sick of his
much.
shit.
Every
Yeah,
fucking
I'm
girl.
so sick of his shit too.
Every
So
girl.
I was doing that thing where you hold your the bridge of your nose.
I'm
by the
gonna
end of the
love this
comic
episode.
book,
That-
where I was just like, "Are you fucking stop?
I really related to Funnyman.
I love
Just stop."
Well, I'll give you this. Funnyman is fearless. For a guy with no powers, no special abilities, no fighting skills, he will run into any dangerous
He's
situation.
a fearless.
Dude, that is me. You
Oblivious.
just described me. pretty
Those are
well.
two different things. Those are two different fucking things. And it shows he's oblivious in one of the comics.
Right.
I gotta say, so like you said, like he has to be on all the time. I feel the
Yes.
same way, and whenever I'm too tired to be on all the time, I don't want to be around anybody. Like that's when my social meter is full, and I just want to be alone in my house.
Sure. Well, you could just not be on all the time and just be a normal human.
Yeah, but I don't want to be around people when I'm a normal human.
Right. Kind
You
of
could also just
catch-22.
balance that like equally as much as you can during the week, as opposed to burning yourself out.
No, I'm entertaining myself as well. Like if I'm too tired or even entertaining myself, then it's time to go home.
Yeah, that's fair. Modeled after comedian Danny Kaye, and I looked him up.
Oh, I see that.
Yeah, it's looks exactly like him pretty much. Yeah, that was their attempt to try it again, and it didn't work out. But you know, I give him a lot of credit for trying. And
He's
also,
he looks like if me and James did the Dragon Ball Z fusion dance.
yeah, we kind of came together a little bit here. Funnyman is a dude who dresses up like kind of like a clown, but he doesn't wear clown makeup or anything.
No.
Just
And-
the fake nose.
Well, his nose is red and bulbous like he's an alcoholic, but it was the 40s, so nobody noticed.
Yeah,
But-
back then they all were like
Well,
that.
no, that's wasn't that the Jimmy Durante thing?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha.
Yeah, wasn't it that he had the big red nose?
Okay, I'll give you that. I don't know. Well, the thing is with Funnyman, we're saying big red nose, and you think like it's a big rubber nose on top of his nose. It's not. It's a human-looking nose that's just bulbous.
It's like a prosthetic.
It's weird. It's a weird
Yeah.
choice because he's not dressed like a clown otherwise. He doesn't have pancake makeup or anything like that. So I guess like between this and Superman, we see how little Siegel and Shuster give a shit about secret identities.
This is why I think this is me and James combined, all right?
Yeah.
This is why, all right? So number one, he's a snappy dresser. He gets that from James,
Yeah.
right?
James
He's
is
got-
a decent dresser,
He's got James's haircut, but my coloring.
Oh,
Right?
wow. Yeah, we kind of merged there.
which is no color.
He always needs to be on, and he's running around getting into fights.
Okay. I'm always on in the sense that I always have to keep up some sort of facade, but not
Well,
necessarily
he's got
trying
your
to be funny.
motivation and my clownish demeanor.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, maybe we should get together and bring this guy back and
Yeah, you
take
and
him
I
to the streets.
This is you and I. Like,
Yeah.
We're funny man together.
I don't think we can do it without Shée, just like this podcast.
Shay's our
Shée,
manager.
you're gonna be the
Yeah,
manager, Shée.
and again, Shea fucking sits
The
here rubbing your
exasperated
goddamn
manager.
the bridge of
Well,
her
that's the
nose,
thing.
going. Are
You already know what it feels like to be her.
Yeah,
You
which is
already
maybe
relate
why.
to the character.
Yeah, maybe that's why I didn't fucking enjoy it.
I mean, this is kind of perfect.
I just read a comic about fucking us.
I think we all have a new career now.
You know, I didn't think about any of this until we started talking about it. Just
Yeah, neither did I. This is
Yeah,
like
it makes a
therapy.
lot
All
of
right,
sense.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure dealing with us isn't the best.
It's fun.
I have massive mood swings when I don't feel the need to be on and be a normal human being, and Shée can actually see me as who I am. Oh yeah, it's -20 all the way up to 110 all the time.
Same.
Yeah, it's terrible. Shée, I don't know how Shée puts up with this shit.
I mean, it's not like I'm just super even keeled or some shit.
Well, I mean,
You don't swing as wildly.
well, you're tall, so she puts up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can get away with a lot.
Yep.
If you're a lean guy
it's tall.
with glasses and it's tall, yeah,
Yeah.
I assume you know what's going on.
Yep.
This is another character that Jim Carrey missed the boat on playing.
Right?
Another guy he could have been. Jesus.
Yeah, Jim Carrey, for sure.
Yeah,
Or,
he absolutely
yeah,
could
I
have
don't
been
know,
this.
Conan O'Brien, I'd say. Like,
He does
Doug
look like
Jones.
Conan.
He looks like
Doug.
Conan
Yep,
O'Brien.
everybody's got to be played by Doug Jones and Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt.
Well, no, literally, he's got the body, the double jointedness with all of the like flinging around and
Yeah,
everything.
he flails those
Clown
limbs.
training.
Does he? Is he a professional clown? Did he go to clown college?
I'm referencing Batman '89
Oh, okay.
because he was he was the skinny clown. You know, there's the skinny clown henchman and the fat clown henchman.
I was more of a Bob the Goon kind of guy.
Yeah, Bob the Goon. My favorite part of that is when like Jack Nicholson would make a joke and turn to look to see if Bob the Goon heard him.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah, he's just trying to impress Bob the Goon. That's why he
you
did all
know,
that shit.
you always gotta have a buddy like that. Whenever I'm on a gig, I always pair up with the one guy who I know is gonna laugh at my jokes, and he's the guy I'm working with all day.
On the cover here, Funnyman has a door that opens in his chest and a boxing glove comes out, but he has no such door in the comic.
No, this is just a set of vibe.
Yeah, I wonder if they made this before they made this cover before they knew what the book was going to be.
You know, after the
Fuck,
after,
it's Batman Returns, not Batman '89.
I knew what
Still,
you meant.
Tim
Oh,
Burton
yeah,
Batman.
I got
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
yeah.
I got it. Yeah, okay. As long as we're all on the same page. Cool.
Yeah, that was 92. Batman 92. That's what we're gonna call Batman Returns from now on.
I like it.
Yeah, sure.
And then when the Flash comes out, we're going to call it Batman 23.
Oh yeah, that's coming out soon.
2 months.
Let's go do that. Let's make a Dark Side's Couch outing and go see it.
Okay.
Yeah, we can go. I'm going to be in Puerto Rico the day it comes out because they moved the fucking thing up a week. But I'll be in Puerto Rico until like that Friday. So I got to stay free of spoilers for a day or two. But I would go that weekend for sure.
All right.
Ooh la la, Mr. International Travel.
It's not
It's not
international.
international. It's America.
What
Oh,
I
yeah.
what I
forgot.
have told people actually is like Puerto Rico is like international travel for beginners. It's
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
good way to kind of like get used to it.
I
'Cause you
would have
don't need a
said the
passport.
exact same thing if he had said Hawaii.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't think of the what is it, that
Honeymoon
contiguous?
land.
Is that what the 48
Contiguous. Yeah. Well, not Alaska and Hawaii, the freak states.
You got to stay out of Hawaii though, because the Punisher's there shooting people.
Yeah, oh man, that guy's out of control. Now that he likes water, you can't stop him.
How did he bring all of his guns?
How did he,
Like,
how did he
on
get?
the plane?
How did he get from the mainland?
Well, the
You have no-
TSA wasn't like that back
You have
then.
noticed from like traveling for work, dealing with airports and security. They don't. If you just check your bag, you can put all your drugs in there.
I've gotten real lax with following the rules.
I just put all my drugs in the bag that I check, and then they don't check it.
Well,
and then I can smuggle my drugs into wherever I want to go.
I mean, I have lotions and potions to keep myself looking beautiful. And I bring excessive quantities of them, but they don't
Are you
care.
one of those guys? Are you like a dude who like,
do.
uses all that stuff?
I mean, it takes me a good 25 minutes to get ready for bed.
Do you really?
No,
God, dude.
not quite. It's not really that bad. But yeah, I do have my moisturizer. I'm always a proponent of moisturizer, and I got a couple little things just kind of because, like, dude, you can't reverse it.
I have,
Like,
I have a face degreaser that I use before I go to bed because I get greasy.
Yeah, it's just identifying the things that don't work with your body. It's not like I'm not doing every single thing. I'm just saying like, oh, these things need to be addressed about me particularly. It's fine. No big deal.
Also, throw on a wig and comb it, and then take the wig off and go to bed.
Yeah, you put it on one of those mannequin heads. Sure.
Yeah. I never wear it. I want the feeling of combing my hair.
Well, seeing as that we didn't read this, I guess we can skim over it pretty quickly. I was planning to skim over it quickly anyway.
You can skim over it pretty quickly.
well,
Again, Mike and I did
yeah.
not read it.
It is
I
a
thought we
text-
were all on the same page about that.
I did too.
Yeah,
I
we just skipped
100%
cover to
did.
cover to cover. Well, it's called Jerks in the Works. It's a text story by Ray Gardner, which is probably a pseudonym. Never a good indication when the comic starts with a text story.
Yeah, what the hell's up with that?
And it
don't wanna-
bookends the book.
If kids wanted to read, they'd go read a book.
Yeah, they go read Where the Wild Fern Grows.
They're buying Funnyman.
They're buying Funnyman. They want to be entertained.
That's right. They want yucks and chucks.
This is a pretty. It's just this detective talking about the funniest criminals he ever encountered, and they were two guys who were trying to rob.
When do I show up in this story?
Yes, it was what were the guys' names? Fats Killen and Patsy Roth. You can be either of those guys.
I want to be Fats Killing.
You're Fats Killing.
Yeah.
And it looks like they were robbing an L train, so I think this whole book might be maybe set in Chicago or
Sick.
I
That's
don't
where I
know.
do my crimes.
Maybe this story.
Well, we'll see. There's other references in the Funnyman stories that seem to suggest it might be Chicago, if not New York. But
Just remind me next week when the next episode when we say our name, I'm gonna say Fats Killing. That's what we
Fats Killen. All right, we're gonna stick with that.
Yep.
No,
Good
this is.
continuity.
They tried to rob an L station, but they landed in a wax museum instead, and they got scared by the wax figures, and that's really the entire story there.
You don't rob the L train station. You rob the people in the L train.
Yeah, they're much weaker.
That's what
It's
you do.
always-
It. You take the blue line specifically where you rob those people.
Yeah, the Crackhead Express for sure.
yeah.
I'm just gonna go on a whim or out on a limb rather here and say
You go on a whim
that
or a limb?
maybe the L stations were different almost 100 years ago.
There's probably a lot of cash boxes for because people were paying it for cash.
Oh
and shit.
yeah. That's before
and
King
the
Cash
tokens,
fell.
right?
Yeah, before Ventra took over.
Yeah, that fucking venture.
Remember that when the city sold all the
Yep.
CTA to
So,
Ventra?
In Chicago, if you want to ride the CTA, you have to get a Ventra card now,
It's
and
a private company, and our CTA is falling apart.
it's falling apart. And one thing that's fun about it is they tell you, hey, you can put your Ventra on your phone, so you can just scan with your phone. Great. What they don't tell you is if you put it on your phone, it only works on your phone. So your phone better be fucking charged all the
Yeah.
time. Then
Yep.
your card is so you only get one or the other. You can't have both. Stupid.
I use the card for that reason.
Well, you also don't have a smartphone, so you
Get one
you have,
soon.
You have
I'm
no
so
choice.
terrified.
Oh, great! I hope you get a jitterbug. I hope you get one of those old man.
Now I gotta
cell
get a good
phones.
one.
No, you gotta.
I'm gonna see if the new company will pay for it.
Yeah, they probably should. Okay, all right. Let's get into the meat of this.
All right? Every time I see Funnyman, I'm imagining my dad talking to me sternly because I mouthed off to him.
Oh, you think you're a funny man?
Yeah.
You think you're a funny guy?
Think you're funnier than your old man, and he wrestles you.
As he smacks me in the back of the head.
Yeah.
There's
'cause
something
you're- 'cause
funny
you're-
for you.
because you're acting up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was super mouthy to my dad. Always.
Yeah. This first story is actually just a really quick one-page summary of his origin, and I like that Funnyman's origin is basically, I don't know, man. I thought this would be fun. Get off my back.
pretty
Yeah.
much. Yeah,
That's all it is.
Like 1940s Conan O'Brien thought it'd be a good idea to beat up criminals while being dressed as a clown.
I mean, shit, it's pretty much the Joker movie, but just with a quote unquote good guy.
Oh yeah, kinda. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of is.
So it's like, this guy's successful.
Yeah,
He's
this
already
guy-
a
Yeah,
very
apparently.
successful comedian.
This guy's making a ton of money.
His name is Larry Davis, and I saw that as Larry David.
Larry David.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
I thought
Oh,
of
yeah.
I thought of Larry David as Funny
Of
Man.
course. Yes.
Yeah, the Curb Your Enthusiasm music just playing the entire time.
Yep. Oh, I was singing the whole time. And I thought this comic was pretty good.
So what happens is they decide to create a publicity stunt where this comedian Larry Davis would stop a crime while dressed as a clown. And what happens is he accidentally stops a real crime with a real
Yeah.
criminal.
Right.
And he thought it was so much fun that he just decided to keep doing it.
And that's it.
That's it.
They sum this up in literally 3 panels. The 4th panel starts with, that's it, folks. That's it.
And from my experience, I have this as well. The goofiest guy in the world always has a very stern and serious girlfriend.
Yes. Well, technically, it's his manager.
Yeah,
but,
okay.
well, there you go. What's
Okay.
going on?
No, that's his girlfriend. It's
So-
clear that's his girlfriend.
This was in the days whenever there was a female character, they had to make a point of mentioning that she's attractive. Well, yeah, fair. Okay, a lady character.
female.
Every time she gets mentioned, they have to mention that she's beautiful. Her name is Lovely June Farrell.
She's so lovely.
She is lovely.
Lovely in June.
They always had to say this because it was like,
But she's feral in the sack.
it's like they're letting the kids know, like, kids, there's going to be a woman in this book, but don't worry, you can jack off to her.
She's in charge of the operation.
She is in charge of this operation. So this is her idea, by the way.
Yeah,
Like,
right. And it
It's
backfired.
Carol Ferris.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And she's all down for this, but she doesn't like her man having fun, and so she changes her mind, doesn't want him to do it anymore.
She's a dark-haired lady, and Funnyman is a redhead. And from my experience, that means she's a Latina.
Yeah, she's a spicy Latina.
That's like
the hell?
99% of all the women I've ever dated.
Vanessa Hudgens.
I don't know why that is. Gingers and Latinas go together. It's just the way it is.
Oh, they're the only women bold enough to handle redheads, tolerate them.
Yeah, they'll put up with our shenanigans.
They'll deal with this shit for a little
And we're
while.
just happy that someone likes us.
So yeah, that's all that happens there, and then we get into the first story called "The Teenage Terrors."
This is about Funnyman. The famous comedian has an affair with a teenager, and he gets outed for it and canceled.
But the comic's
right.
not racist.
It's not racist. Everything's fine, guys. We can have a good time.
Yeah, all right.
It's the not racist.
That's always
alarm.
a positive.
Yeah, it's always great when you read a comic from the 40s that wasn't racist.
Yeah.
This story features a recurring theme we'll see, which is priceless heirlooms getting stolen.
Which I really rooted for the terrorizing teenagers.
Right.
Because fuck rich people.
So yeah, these mobs of teenagers are going to meet celebrities, beautiful celebrities in the case of women, and accosting them for autographs, but then stealing their jewels and things.
I like how they like dogpile on top of this lady.
They-
What is her name? Her name is Darlene.
Darlene.
Oh, good. That's one of our favorite names. Darlene.
Darlene, I tell you what, Darlene.
Mrs. Magna Conte, Darlene in her
Magna
earlier
Conte.
career.
So they mob her, they knock her down, and they steal her priceless necklace.
That's right. Look how happy
Or,
the
I'm sorry.
thieving children are.
Her mink scarf. They stole a $10,000 mink scarf.
And you said that $120 was a lot back then.
$10,000 mink scarf. That's like $1 million.
You know, I could have just killed and skinned a mink for her.
I found
for
an
like
actual mink.
$500.
Yeah, I'll do that for. I got nothing to do this weekend. Sure, I'll take care of that.
And then you got all that. You have all that mink meat.
Yeah, that's good victuals. Mm-hmm. Good victuals all week.
Got yourself a stew.
So then we see the kids are accosting other celebrities, and there's a weird moment where this one celebrity seems super into this little kid in a hat.
Yeah, that's how they were back then. And
Yeah,
now.
there's a little kid in a suit and a hat, and he's saying, "I'll never forget this moment as long as I live." And this creepy old man says, "Neither will I."
Neither will I.
He looks like that.
There's no internet this day and age. I could just do things.
He just gets away with it. Who's gonna bust him?
Well, no, the studio will cover everything up.
That's what they do.
This is back when you could kidnap a kid and they'll bring the wrong kid back home to the parents and just be like, good enough.
Yeah, it was close enough. We weren't keeping track of things. Nobody had social security numbers.
You know, this guy's a super huge weirdo because he's a man wearing a bow tie who had a diamond ring.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah. So they stole his diamond ring, and then we see them just kind of going through town stealing, and then they make the mistake of their lives, and they try to rip off Funnyman, Larry David.
That's right.
So they accost him, and what do they get from him? They get his priceless watch. Stole his watch.
And why is it priceless? We don't know. It's a family heirloom of some kind.
Yeah, everything's a family heirloom.
And he's like, oh boy, now I get to dress up as Funnyman and beat the shit out of these kids.
Yep. And his girlfriend says, "I am super over this."
She's like, yeah, I know this was my idea and I really, really regret it. Please, we have to go do these things to keep our business going.
This guy never lets up. Like he's never worried. He's never scared. He has no training. He has no armor. He has no experience, but he is absolutely fearless in the face of everything.
I really relate to this guy.
This guy's great. I love Funnyman. I tell you, I read this book twice, and the second time I read it, I had to bump it up. It was even better.
What would she do if like he like ran off and goes, now this sounds like a job for Funnyman, and he gets dressed up as the clown guy, and she hears like honka honka, like, hey guys, I'm here to take back, and then she hears a gunshot and he's just killed.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna do like a Punisher twist where Funnyman got murderous.
No, he just gets killed immediately because he's dressed as a clown.
I don't know. I think he might have a falling down moment.
It's gonna be like the thing at the end of Batman where he has that like the recorder that's just him laughing.
Yeah.
It was whenever he dies.
You know, you also might think that Funnyman has like a lot of like gag themed weapons, but not really.
No, he just beats people up.
He just is funny.
While making quips.
Yeah.
And some of those quips are just in his head.
He doesn't even bother. Well, once again, like Punisher, he keeps some of them to himself.
Or like me, that's what like, I'm always just making myself laugh in my head.
Yeah, well, you got to have a good time in your life.
Because obviously 50% of the things I think I can't say.
So Funnyman tracks down these people to their warehouse that they're hiding out in, and he manages to sneak in.
Because I guess the teenage terrors are actually grown men.
Well, the teenage terrors seem to be employed by a bunch of your standard mafioso.
Yeah, they're definitely kids.
Toughs. Yeah,
they all have very weird relationships. We'll find out in a
Yeah.
second. These mobsters.
It's honestly, it seems like Funnyman's true power is his ability to pit fragile male egos against one another.
Hey, just like once again,
Yeah,
just
once
like
again,
me.
It happens.
Yeah. Also, he apparently is fucking magic on top of just being a comic because he jumps through a window,
Sure.
The window's open.
rolls under a table,
Yeah.
while all four of the bad guys are in the room talking.
I mean,
Right.
they didn't see him do
Yeah, they didn't see him or hear him at all.
It's a big room.
it. He's just lithe.
He's a very quick guy. I
He
don't know.
landed on a wood floor without being noticed.
He
after
rolled.
jumping through the
Tuck
window.
and roll, man. They were already
Parkour.
yelling at each other. Parkour, yeah. These guys were yelling at each other and making a big noise.
And he's like,
Like,
parkour time.
He was launched through the window by a piece of wood.
Dude,
Yeah.
this guy weighs 85 pounds. Like he's not gonna make
Apparently.
he's not gonna make a big bang when he lands.
He's called Funny Man, and what he just did was really funny.
It was very funny. So he lands under this table. He sees that his watch is on top of the table. So he's going to land under the table and kind of manipulate the situation until he can kind of get that watch.
I want to know why he's so funny, and he's able to be so funny to the point where he could be a crime fighter. It's because he was born a ginger, and when you're born a ginger, if you're not funny,
Yeah, you make it
you
work.
better be the biggest, toughest, meanest guy. 'Cause,
And you're
like, those are
definitely not going
those
to be
are
the biggest,
two
toughest, meanest guy.
things.
Yeah, you're definitely not going to end up the biggest, toughest, meanest guy as a ginger. You've got
Sometimes.
genetics working against you. I don't know.
Sometimes there are some giant gingers that'll fuck you up.
Seamus, I guess.
Yeah, look
Yeah,
up
Seamus.
Oh, shit.
Right.
Oh God.
Carrot Top in his prime.
No, I just watched a fucking movie where that happened, where like the nerdy kid grew up to be this fucking hulking dude.
Well, that's not real. That's a movie.
Undertaker, he was a
no,
ginger.
in real life. In real life, the actor grew up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I really think you're thinking
Michael
of Carrot Top.
Fassbender, he's a ginger. They paint him though to not be ginger.
No,
Well, you're
it's
really
okay. I will
developing
I
a lot
will
of ginger
find
pride
this.
now. All right, Shay's going to find it and interrupt us in a moment when she figures it out.
I
Yep.
grew up to be super funny because I wasn't big.
Well, you're not done growing up. You know, who
Yeah.
knows what the future holds? You might live to be 1,000. You know, we don't
I
know.
will be for sure. I will
Yeah.
live to be 1,000. I'm sure of it.
That's the plan. I can't wait.
Right.
Mostly because I haven't done anything yet.
We did discuss that you and I are cool with living forever, and Shay's not.
Lewis Tripp.
Lewis Tripp. Okay.
Yeah.
Should we take a look at
up
Lewis Tripp?
Lewis Tripp and look up him as a kid versus him as an adult.
Let's find out who he
Okay.
is first.
Lewis
He's
Tripp.
in The Gate.
All right, he's an actor.
He's only
Oh,
in
the
Gate.
nerdy kid from The Gate?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Okay.
know who that is.
This is the guy? Why can't I find any jacked adult pictures of him? Is this the guy?
That
Yeah,
guy
there's
right
him-
there
there's
with
him.
in the black t-shirt.
The kid with
Yeah.
the candles.
Yeah, but where's the
Yeah.
jacked version of him? This?
Over. No,
This?
over. Well, that's part of it. Yeah. No,
Okay.
keep going over though. No.
going
Exit
over?
out of that
There is
picture.
no
Keep
over,
going
Shay.
What does over mean? What does
There,
over
there.
mean?
The guy
Turn
when
the
he's
left
smoking
side, top wise.
I can't fucking show you because the one where he's smoking.
Okay, this one
Oh.
where he's smoking. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
He's not jacked.
He looks like he might be soft.
He looks like a normal man.
I mean, he looks like he could ram into me head first.
He
and take
looks
me out.
jacked compared to the kid in The Gate.
Oh, really? Like, I'm bigger than this guy.
We need to get you in front of some more jacked people, Shay.
Yeah, right.
Mike and I are gonna have a pose off right in front of you. We're gonna come over.
I think we should do that just because anyway.
Let's do a pose off
I think we should. I'm very proud
Yeah.
of my abs at this point in my life.
Definitely time for a posing.
You know who
routine.
sees it? Nobody.
No, nobody's.
Maybe
ever
I
gonna
should
wanna
just start
see it
putting
again.
like shirtless photos of me on Twitter. Would you listeners enjoy that if I just randomly updated you by how lean I've gotten?
Yeah, get some calipers and check
Yeah.
that body fat.
Like, because I'll be playing this on Twitch in a few weeks. I'm gonna wait to see what chat says.
Oh, I
Then
can't
I'll
wait.
know.
I can't wait. Yeah, keep us abreast of that situation.
Yeah, a breast to show my
I
breasts.
know. Yeah.
You set me up for that.
I was
didn't you?
putting that in
You
place.
did. You did.
So, Funnyman reaches up to grab his watch, but he ends up grabbing a cigar, a stogie, and he burns his hand, and he gives away his cover. And so, in order to kind of distract from the noise he just made, he just kicks one of the goons under the table.
Yeah,
Makes him make noise.
He would have to have done that all in microseconds in order for that to, because he yells, then he would have to, as he was about to yell, he would have had to already have started kicking the guy.
Right. Well, I think we've also established that these goons are loud and boisterous and not very observant.
And this is back when people didn't finish school. So they're dumb.
That stopped happening? People are finishing school now?
I mean, but I think more people than not, like at least
High school.
finish high school or yeah.
Yeah,
Back
that's
then,
why
you dropped out the 5th grade.
that's why we're so smart now.
We're pretty smart now.
We actually are, as a whole. We got some real dummies dragging down the average, but
Sure.
we're pretty smart as a whole. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's something. I think it's just because you kind of already have the knowledge. Like you come out kind of baked in with all the knowledge of previous generations. Like you absorb it really easily. So you're benefiting from everything Einstein had to learn the hard way, and you're learning it like immediately as a kid.
And me and
I think
Shée are pretty baked in.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I can smell it. So this guy was kicked, and instead of looking under the table, he immediately assumes that another guy kicked him because he's mad because the other guy's girlfriend likes him better.
Yeah, like this has been, which shows like that lets us know that has been a problem previously. Like
That
his
never-
girl
yes.
has been flirting with this guy.
This has been going on for quite some time. This was the last straw.
You son of a bitch! I told you to stay away from her.
Yeah, they
You're not
get into
treating
it.
her right.
So Funnyman just set this off, really, which either means he got very lucky or this happens all the time with people.
Do you think like when he like kicked that guy and then all this, he set all this in motion and and he found out that they're having troubles with this girl and he goes, "Oh, that was lucky."
Yeah, well, I mean, it's safe to assume that a couple of goons are definitely having girl trouble between them.
Yeah,
Like I
right?
think he knows the goons well enough. So they
I
start
guess there's only so many girls willing to date goons.
Well, look at these guys with their skinny necks and their pork pie hats.
Back then, people dated.
Yeah, they courted.
Yeah, back then everyone did.
They had suitors.
No one does now.
No.
No, they just have hookup buddies and FWBs.
Not even that. Most people are just like alone in their homes now after
I
the
don't know
pandemic.
that that's true. I think people are going out and doing stuff and
Yeah,
socializing.
people are definitely.
Shay's out
getting
and
more
socializing.
social. I'm tired.
Man,
Shay's sick of socializing.
yeah, me too. My social meter fills up quick.
Yeah, mine
But
does.
of course,
but
since I equated my social meter to me being funny, which I think I'm just like, I'm less likely to be funny now.
so we're really seeing the opposite end of the spectrum between the Punisher and Funnyman.
Yeah.
Like, back to back. It's kind of a theme between these two episodes. So they're kicking back and forth instead of just looking under the table and seeing what's going on. And Funnyman's thinking, wow, that worked out great.
He grabs his watch, and these two guys are slugging at each other.
So they start going at it with each other over the table. And in the fracas, they knock over the table. This whole sequence seems like it was written to be like in a vaudeville movie. Like really silly, like a Chaplin movie.
Funnyman takes the watch, and then the lead mob guy, whose name is Ant or Auntie,
Yeah.
he says like, "Hey,
Yeah.
whoever
Something like that.
Ants?
whoever took that watch, put it back." Like no one saw. He just reached up.
You're
and
on the
grabbed it.
honor system, buddy.
And they're like, I bet that girl stealing son of a bitch took the watch, and they're blaming each other.
This is not a group that gets along very well. These are not friends who decided to form a gang. These are people that clearly didn't like each other to begin with.
Well, they flip the table over, and they realize it was Funnyman, and there's no way to mistake him.
No, he's wearing clownish pants.
Yeah. He fights crime in fucking clown shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Want to know why? 'Cause then he has more shoe to kick him in the balls.
Yeah, and he can hide shit in those shoes. Like
So
he can
he's
put
in
his
the middle-
venture card in those boots.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these three guys all lunge at Funnyman at once, and they bonk heads.
They bonk heads. They knock him on the ground. But even when Funnyman falls and smacks his face into floorboards, he's still making jokes.
Yep, that's what it's just like me.
He just won't. He won't give them the satisfaction of hurting him.
Yeah,
it's incredible. So they tie Funnyman up, and they're like, "All right, this goon. We should." First of all, the bad guy knows that he is a detective who calls himself Funnyman. Mm-hmm. So word's already gotten out about this guy, but they don't know he's Larry David, despite the fact that he looks exactly like Larry David.
No internet.
I know it's Larry Davis, but whatever. Well, he was famous though. Like there's TV.
Nothing to compare him to.
Yeah, I guess nobody could check.
He's got a goofy nose.
He's got the goofy nose, but honestly, come on, it's not even that goofy. It's just bulbous.
Yeah,
I don't know,
but
man.
it changes how he looks. People never guess Clark Kent was Superman.
That's what I'm saying.
And this was made by the same people. Yeah.
As I said, Siegel and Shuster clearly do not give a shit about secret identities. So they get in a punching match, and they try to punch Funnyman, but he ducks and punches one of the goons.
I love one of the goons. He's just like, "Gee, Mike, I'm sorry."
Yeah. Oops.
The only two goons that get along.
I love the look of concern on his face, too.
Well, yeah,
he's genuinely sorry that he punched Mike in the face.
Because Mike is his employee, and he could get sued for that.
Wow, Mike actually looks like me.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess
he's bald?
Yeah, he's a bald guy.
That's it. That's all that you got, Mike.
Well, his name's Mike. His name's Mike, and he's bald, and he gets punched in the face.
An orange sweatshirt?
Yeah, orange sweatshirt guy.
Yeah, it's kind of. So, in order to make it up to Mike for punching him in the face, he lets Mike take Funnyman to the pier to, I guess, murder him. Is the intention here?
That's the reward.
Yes, murder is the ultimate reward. Fresh kill.
And Funnyman said, kicks him in the face with his giant clown shoes. See, there we go.
He does, and he makes a joke. He says, "Try some ptomaine poisoning," and I don't know what that joke is supposed to be.
I don't know what that means either.
There are a lot of jokes in this. I figure were from the 1940s.
Yeah,
I just don't get the reference.
It's got slappy vaudeville kind of style to it.
Well, he does the old. He does the what do you call that when you flip somebody with your feet?
Flipping them with your feet.
Yeah, flipping them. So he flips them into the
drink,
off the pier and into the water.
Yeah.
And he makes a phone call.
So he goes and he makes a phone call, and he decides to call Janie. Is it Janie? Janet? What is her name?
I don't know.
The sexy lady. Yeah, I think
Janie.
it is June.
It does say Janie.
It just say Janie, but I believe her name was June.
Oh no, it says Jane. Oh yeah, it says Jane's number.
So Janie, and up
but
here
it did say June in the beginning of the
Her
comic.
name is June Farrell.
It says June Farrell, but he's calling her Jane.
He calls her a lot of things. He calls her Brain at one point.
Wait, did the writers forget what her name was?
I don't know.
Hey, I figured out what the ptomaine poisoning is.
Oh yeah,
all right.
It is
were
another
people
word
getting poisoning from lo mein?
No, it's another word for food poisoning.
Oh, ptomaine?
Yeah,
it is spelled Ptomaine.
That's the name of that actress.
Wow.
Marissa Tomei.
Oh, what a lovely lady. She could have played this June character very well.
She could have.
She would have been fantastic.
Yeah. Well, I thought like from My Cousin Vinny.
Oh my goodness.
That's what she could have.
That's sort of the female equivalent of a Funnyman, in that it's a person that you're very attracted to, but in real life you get sick of them real fucking quick.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't actually want to be with her, but man, watching that movie, I think I do. I certainly feel like I do.
It's always funny. Like I always date these girls, and I always think that my humor is what they like about me, but it always ends up being that's the thing they dislike about me the most.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say, is that they want a sense of humor, and I don't think that's true. They think they want a sense of humor. This doesn't just go for women, by the way. I don't need any angry DMs. Like it goes both ways.
So like Funnyman's talking to his girlfriend, and he gets smacked in the back of the head with one of those leather things that they use.
Talk about that comes up from time to time, and we I don't think we ever established what those things are called.
What are those called? Those things you just smack them in the back of the head and knock people out.
Leather smacking bag. Oh, that's gonna those results are gonna be great.
I only know from the Simpsons.
A flapjack? Yeah, wasn't it called
Flapjack?
Blackjack, flapjack? Yeah, blackjack.
Flapjack?
Slapjack, blackjack weapon. Let's say. There it is. It's a blackjack.
Oh, good for all right, Shée.
All right. Yeah.
I am so smart.
Shée is getting far more bloodthirsty as she ages, I've noticed.
Hey, me too.
Yeah.
I'm accessing all that anger.
I think I'm getting more sensitive.
Yeah,
I'm going the other way. Yeah.
Weak. Testosterone dropping.
You know what? I don't think my testosterone is dropping because I'm burning like a furnace all the time.
That could be your menopause.
Yeah, it might be coming on soon. I will say I had a long run today, hence the 20,000 steps. and I didn't properly. I need to get some Vaseline or some talc or something because I got in the shower afterwards and I was bleeding from my nipples, my thighs, and my scrotum.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
It's painful.
Just sharing everything.
Oof.
Why not? Like, why not at this point? You know, it's the kind of thing that we should be talking openly about.
And Vaselining your scrotum will feel real good.
Oh, I bet. Oh, it's going to feel great.
That's going to be your new thing.
Smooth it all out. Yeah, that's going to be the reason I run.
Just fill your bathtub with it and just get in the bathtub and roll around the Vaseline.
So donate to my marathon fundraiser so that you can justify me doing more of that shit.
Yeah, right. All that money's going to go right to the Vaseline fund.
Yep.
Not to those poor autistic children.
It's going to OAR, the Organization for Autism Research. We'll put the link in the description there, and you can donate some money. And I don't get any of it, so don't worry. You're not rewarding me. Mm-hmm. So the
Vaseline budget will come from me.
Yes, it's more of I'm siphoning off the Dark Side's couch income. So Funnyman gets beamed with this blackjack, and even when he gets hit, he's making jokes.
Yeah,
he's having fun.
Yep,
dude, it would be infuriating when a couple of guys
can't fucking
He
stop.
won't. It's not turning off.
Like when I was younger and I used to get in fights, like I'd have two guys kicking the shit out of me, and I'd still be making jokes. I'd still be talking shit.
He may have a problem. Like, this may be an actual psychological issue.
Yeah,
that he
Mike,
needs to
would you
work on.
say you're a healthy individual?
Just have it.
have you
Shée,
seen
you
those
don't
apps?
understand what it's like to be a guy. Like shit like that is fun.
Violence does awaken a part of you as a man that is otherwise never awoken. I will say that much.
Like violence is how we've gotten this far.
I mean, it didn't have to be, but it is.
Like male skulls are thick, and our hands evolved to punch each other in that skull.
I mean, we could have just not done that and worked together and still got the same results, if not better. But yeah, this is what we did. This is the choice we made. We're living with it.
Hey, men did that because women encouraged it through mating.
Yeah, they wanted to see the guy with the thickest skull.
Uh-huh.
So Larry keeps trying to, June keeps trying to say something to Larry. Jane, whatever her name is,
Or
sexy
June.
manager lady. She keeps trying to tell Funnyman something, but now he's being dragged back to the warehouse by Mike, who's very angry now. He's dug himself out of the water, and now he's not going to fuck around with Funnyman anymore.
He's dragging Funnyman into the room. He quickly, as he's being dragged, while pretending to be unconscious, he turns on the gas heater.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
And so Mike says, here's the thing. You're going to sit there, Funnyman.
Just the gas, though.
Just the gas. And Funnyman, who is a gas himself, Mike tells him, here's the thing. You're going to sit here and laugh. You're going to laugh, and when you finish laughing, I'm gonna murder you. I'm going to shoot you with this gun I have here. Mm-hmm. And so he's just got to laugh.
Yeah, and he just keeps laughing.
And he just keeps laughing, and the room is filling with gas. And I don't know if we're trying to imply that because he was laughing, he didn't have to breathe as much, and that's why he's not passing out.
Nope, he just huffs a lot of stuff, so
He's just used to it. He has a tolerance
to it. Yeah.
Well, because also he's the smallest guy, so his lungs would get filled up the quickest.
And he's also really good at. He's also continuing to laugh because he knows he's slowly killing these guys.
Yes, so everyone except Funnyman starts getting lightheaded. Funnyman actually doesn't kill them. He takes a stool, a chair, he breaks out the window so that he can sneak out and get some fresh air.
Well, he's like, I have to quickly smash this window or I'm going to die too.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be the funniest thing would be if
he can still think that clearly when everyone else has passed the fuck out.
Because he's a famous comedian, so his drug use has got to be pretty high.
He has a little bit of a Robert Downey Jr. kind of thing to him.
I mean, it seemed like he was enjoying it when he was laughing his ass off.
Or what's the name of that famous comedian from around this time who died of a heroin overdose?
All of
Lenny
them?
Bruce?
Lenny Bruce, thank you, Shée.
Oh, Lenny Bruce. Well,
Exactly
that was decades later. Well, it was a little bit later.
This is 48.
Yeah, Lenny Bruce.
Lenny Bruce loved drugs.
That movie I enjoyed very much. The Lenny Bruce movie that they made in like 1975 or something like that.
Oh, I didn't know they
was
made
fun.
one. I'll have to check that
Yeah,
out.
that's
Dustin
pretty good.
Hoffman.
Dustin Hoffman is Lenny Bruce.
Oh, you know what? Since I got to... Oh, wait, you know what? Never mind. I won't be able to do it anyway.
Never mind.
So I was like, when I do the Funnyman Twitch streams, I can show that movie. But I was like, oh, wait a minute. I can't. I'll be working. I won't be able to do any of those.
Aw.
So the police and Jane, they show up at the building, and they're going to break in to rescue Funnyman. And so they open up, Funnyman opens up the front door and lets them straight on in and says, I've already taken care of it. All the juveniles, I've already shut them down. Although we don't see the juveniles. We only see the
they're
adult
just grown
goons.
men.
So yeah, they don't exactly explain how they caught the juveniles, but whatever.
So he
who
runs
cares?
outside and steals Jane's car.
He takes her car without asking.
Yep.
And then he says, "Well, I know where they're gonna fence those goods. I know Fancy Finnegan. That's who they were gonna fence all his goods with. So I'm gonna go find him in the car I just stole, and I'm gonna break as many speed laws as I can in the way." I love this guy.
Yeah.
This guy's
He's pretty based.
He doesn't give a shit about anyone or anything.
Yeah. Just having a good time.
And he's only doing this to have a good time. Again, let's be clear. Like, his parents weren't murdered. Like, he's just having a ball.
Nope.
Yep.
No internet.
So he almost crashes June's car to
This is
cut
back,
off.
though, when you could, like, hit stuff with those cars because they were built like tanks.
I was just watching, so I've been reading the Quentin Tarantino cinema speculation book that Shée got me. Thank you very much, Shée. And they were talking about the car chase scene from Bullet. And I went and watched that scene, and it's a 10-minute car chase. And, like, we're so used to the car chases nowadays where they're like doing stunts and they're flying off of buildings and all this kind of stuff. And this 10-minute car chase is fucking incredible. And it's just two guys driving cars like madmen. And it's fucking great. It goes on for 10 minutes on the streets of the bumpy streets of San Francisco. And it's just super, super suspenseful. And there's no CG, obviously. It's fucking great.
Yeah, Bolt's a cool movie.
Well, it is a cool movie. It's a cool character. Steve McQueen's a cool guy. Those were cool cars. It was a cool chase scene.
Very cool.
Very cool. That was cool. Used to be based.
Yeah.
But now.
No,
so.
cool is not based.
Cool is not based, but they didn't have back in those days, we didn't have a distinction between the two. If it was good, it was cool.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, we weren't
But
being,
base isn't necessarily good.
No, it's not, but we didn't have the nuance back then. It was just either things were good or bad. That was all we had.
that was it.
If it wasn't bad, it was good. It was cool.
But then again, sometimes bad things are cool.
Sometimes bad things are cool, and that's why we had to come up with a separate word for it.
Right?
That's why someone sat around and said, dude, we need something new.
It's cool.
It was whatever that rapper was who came up with the base term. I forget what the rapper was.
That was a rapper who came up with that?
Yeah.
I thought that was Republicans.
No, what? The term
It's always
based.
the red pill right wing guys who say base.
Oh, it was Lil B.
Little B came up with base.
Lil B. Calling it his base.
Do the white racists who say based all the time know that?
Do white Republicans are saying based?
That's
White
where I got
Republicans
it from. I got it from
repetitive.
red pilled guys.
I don't know, man. I mean, they're saying it now for sure, but I don't know, man. That came up through rap culture.
All right.
Anyway, so he cuts
Cultural
off.
appropriation. Once again, Whitey taking
Dude, it's
slang.
always like all of our slang comes from black culture. All of it. It's ridiculous.
They're so talented at making slang.
Yeah, we're such assholes. That's
I'm
mine
not.
now. I'm going to take that. You're the one saying it. You're doing it. Anyway, so Funnyman cuts off this guy, the leader of the mob, and then they run down to some
Antsy-wantsy.
railroad. Antsy-wantsy, and they go down to the railroad tracks to have their big final confrontation, and then Funnyman smacks him in the ass with a shovel.
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
It does. And then he like whips it at the shovel at his feet, and then he sideshow bobs himself.
He does. Does he step on the?
He does. See, like it smacks himself in the face.
Oh, he throws it at. He throws it at.
He
Ants,
throws
'cause-
it at his foot, and then he steps on it, and it bounces
Oh,
up and
he
hits him in the
does.
face.
He
And-
does.
And Funnyman turns and looks at us. and
Yeah,
says,
he breaks the
music
fourth
to
wall.
me ears.
Music to my ears. He also says you're getting it in the end when he smacks him on the ass.
He does.
It's great. And so Ants is so angry that he picks up a boulder and he's going to smash Funnyman's skull in. And he's not like running at him. He's holding the boulder above his head as he charges at him. Like
Yeah,
he
right.
wants to do this as brutally as possible.
And Funnyman's just like joking around.
Having a great time. This is just pissing him off even more.
Right. It's like
So-
turning around making bits to us, and the guy's just like, who are you talking to?
and he knocks out Ants and then he realizes, oh yeah, this is a train track. There's a train coming.
And the board he was about to get hit with has his
watch.
his watch. And so he kisses a rock for good luck.
Not the rock. It would
Not
also
the
bring
rock.
it would bring you good luck if you could kiss the rock though.
Would it?
I think so.
I think it'd be better luck if you could just rub his little forehead.
Yeah, rub his forehead or one of his giant pecs. The one pec that has all the tattoos on it.
Yeah.
That's the lucky pec.
Rub one of those tattoos off.
That's the pec that gets the most attention.
Yeah, it's his favorite. Anyway, so yeah, the train is coming, and the watch is sitting on this board on the train tracks, and he's got to get this watch back. So he picks up a stone, he kisses the stone, he throws it at the board,
And then we get a can Funnyman throw the rock good enough to save the watch? And then
Has he gone off his bean?
And then we go right to the next panel.
You're like, yeah, the
there's
answer is
no
yes.
there's no like ad or anything to break
Nope.
it up. It's just
Nope.
like, can he do it? Yep.
Yep, he can. Next story.
Okay.
So the watch flies through the air, lands in his hand. Everything's good. He makes a speech to the rock. He congratulates the rock. Again, not that rock. He
Yeah,
congratulates the rock.
that rock hasn't done anything lately to congratulate.
No, it's been a few years. He's been on a little bit of a. It's just a valley in his career. He'll come back.
It's like it's like when they were writing this and drawing it, they thought like they were going to sell more ads, and they didn't.
They're like, yeah,
So they put spots in here where ads should be, and they just aren't. They just don't exist.
Exactly.
have him tell some more jokes. I don't know. Just fill it up. Fill them shits up.
Make them funny.
And mission accomplished here.
Yeah, he's
So,
pretty funny.
so Funnyman takes this dude. Funnyman, by the way, lifts up Ants or Pansy or whatever his name is, who's a big dude.
He's a physical specimen.
It's an impressive. It's
mean,
impressive.
Conan O'Brien.
He's got meth strength.
I mean, Conan O'Brien's is a pretty strong guy too.
Did they have meth in 1948 yet?
Yeah, absolutely. The entire Nazi regime was
Yeah.
built on meth.
I was about to say.
Yeah, I was
The whole
thinking-
reason that
you're right.
happened.
I think a couple other things. There were a couple other factors.
It was a big part.
That was a big one. Yeah, getting a whole nation of gacked out freaks.
Mostly
Yeah.
a meth-based war.
Who don't know, who can't feel to stop. Yeah,
All right.
that was
Yeah,
big.
yeah. Who think magic is real?
I was thinking more
Yeah,
of an LSD.
bro.
I was thinking more of an LSD thing, but yeah, okay, all right. It's just a
LSD
meth
makes you
thing.
nice.
I don't know. Tell to Aldous
They
Huxley.
did experiments with the military. They would give LSD to soldiers, and they would put down their guns and stop following orders and just play around and laugh.
I don't know that soldiers are the best example of how normal people would behave under those sorts of circumstances.
Well, if anyone would be the most violent, it would be the people trained to be violent.
I'm telling you, you need a baseline. I don't know.
You know what though? Whenever I'm a fairly violent guy, and whenever I take LSD, I'm never violent.
I don't know, man. Maybe it's time to push it in your 40s. Really,
More
really see how
LSD
far you
or
can
more
go.
violence?
I mean, they're not mutually exclusive.
Ooh, for me, they are. I couldn't imagine hurting nobody.
Yeah, we can definitely imagine it.
Not on LSD.
There's really no one I couldn't imagine hurting. It's a real problem I have.
Sounds like you need LSD,
Jesus,
bro.
yeah.
No,
Sounds like it's you.
This is a therapy situation.
Lay off your Nazi meth and start taking more of your CIA LSD.
I wonder if they had better meth back, because meth doesn't have
Yeah,
like a
less
set
Operation
recipe.
Paperclip, more MK Ultra.
That fucking rip, dude.
Shée feels good about herself.
Shée gets the bit of the show.
Yeah,
That's
good for
that's
you,
it.
Shée.
That's the bit.
Good for Shée.
It's a play on words.
Thank you very much, Mo.
That's a new one.
Yeah, that's been sitting on the board for a while, waiting for an excuse. Funnyman drops off Antsy Pantsy and leaves what's her name, Junie's car, and just decides to run off into an alley while
Yeah,
Junie's trying to talk to him.
The cops are also like, "Fuck you, Funnyman."
The cops don't like Funnyman very much. They'd
he
rather
thinks he's
not have
funny.
Funnyman. Yeah, they think,
Yeah.
you think you're a funny guy?
I gotta say what, because cops are mostly known for not having a sense of humor.
Yeah, well, they're his real enemy in this.
It's that, and maybe because his name is fucking just Funny Man.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the best thing he can't come up with. He's a
Yeah.
creative.
We need help. Someone call Funny Man.
This is
they're not
back during
called
the days
Funny
where
Man.
like calling yourself Superman was pretty original.
Well, this was a decade after Superman, in fairness. There'd been a lot of knockoffs by that point.
No, they're not a funny man.
Yeah, there
Like,
had
well,
been.
there's a Superman.
There's a
and
Superman.
There's all these. There's a Batman. Hey, is there a funny man? There isn't. Let's start
There's
writing.
not a funny man. They hadn't used all the words yet.
Oh, thank God.
So Funny Man runs.
We had nothing.
Funny Man runs into the alley. He changes back into Larry David. I know he's Larry Davis, but I'm calling him Larry David.
And there's not a lot of difference between the two guys.
Again, it's just the wardrobe is slightly different, and he takes off the nose.
I mean, his suit is still kind of silly.
Yeah. Well, it's a little baggy.
This is like what happens like if Jimmy Olsen grew up and became a comedian.
Yeah. Well, that's Conan O'Brien.
Yeah, Conan O'Brien.
Jimmy O'Brien, yeah.
Grew 10 feet.
So he's relaxing in his office, and Junie comes in and says, "You piece of shit! I've been trying to track you down all day. You stole my car. You totaled it.
He didn't totally brought it back.
He ran it over a cliff.
That was back when cars were built.
It's just got a
back
a
when
scratch.
when the cars survived the accidents, but the people inside the
people
cars
didn't.
didn't.
You know, I see so many people, older people, boomer types, they're so upset that cars are made of plastic and polymers now.
There's a reason.
Dude, yeah, it's you're way less likely to die.
It's so that the force of the impact doesn't shatter your bones.
They're so angry about it. They're so willing to die just to maintain some stupid tradition.
Maybe we should just stop having cars and focus more on public transit.
Let's get that Hyperloop going.
Yeah, where's my fucking Hyperloop?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that might have been a scam. It might have been an Elon Musk scam.
Monorail.
So,
Ain't
Janie...
no monorail here, and there never was.
Classic bit.
Is there a chance the truck could bend?
We've all seen the episode, which Conan O'Brien wrote. He wrote that one.
Yeah, all right.
Full fucking circle.
Mm-hmm.
And so Janie explains to him, "You fucking idiot. I knew that people were stealing jewelry from celebrities. I knew you were too much of a dipshit to take care of your own stuff. So I swapped out your watch for a worthless one. I've got your real one right here."
And he said, "That's the funniest thing that ever happened to me." And he just laughing hysterically because he's high on drugs because he's a comedian.
Inhaled a lot of gas.
And he has deep-seated trauma that he never dealt with. And so that's why he's funny.
Yep, and it's the last panel of that comic, so we can't address his trauma. We're going to forget it happened.
If you don't got trauma, you're not funny.
I'd say that's 98% of the time true. I think there's a couple exceptions.
Like, name a great comedian who's not fucked up.
You know... I mean, I guess it depends on your definition of fucked up, but well-adjusted? Like, I think there are plenty of well-adjusted comedians. Kyle Kinane actually he talks about this a bit, where he's like, I'm sick of doing the self-deprecating stuff because there's too many people in the comedy world now. Like, if you take that away from them, that's all they got. And so they don't want to let go of the self-deprecating, I'm an idiot, I'm an asshole, I'm a psychopath. They don't want to let go of that because they got no other material.
That's pretty much me.
Yeah, he's moving on. Love Kyle Kinane. And then we've got this short story here. It's like a little 2-page story. And this is what I was talking about, because this one actually addresses the fact that Siegel and Shuster were angry about all the Superman knockoffs. Because Funnyman has a couple of knockoffs called Comic Man and Laugh Man.
Yeah. Oh, that's what okay. All right.
Yeah,
I was wondering what you're talking about.
Yeah, I did not put together that was a Superman thing.
No, that's the subtext there, is that these other two jackasses have ripped off Funnyman's bit, and they're going around fighting crime using his whole routine.
Yeah, there's Comedy Man and, was it Laugh Man?
Yeah, Comic Man and Laugh Man.
That's great.
Yeah.
You're Comic Man, James.
I'm a little bit of a comic man. A little bit of a comic man. There's this dude, Flathead Flugie, who's a fugitive, and he's been arrested, and as he is wont to do, he decides to become a fugitive again and throws his policeman over a barrel.
Yeah, right? The one weakness.
Yeah. Why we keep putting barrels on things? Why we keep putting barrels on the dock like this?
Son of a, they gets fired, and then he has to bring that barrel home to use for clothing because he doesn't have any money.
He's gonna sue that barrel. The barrel's gonna show up in court with a better lawyer than he has.
Yeah.
Your Honor.
Why? Because that barrel has an income.
That barrel is doing its job. It got tripped over.
It's holding fish.
Right? Now and then it spilled all the fish fell out of it because the goddamn police officer fell on it, and then he wasn't able to feed his barrel kids.
It was negligence.
God damn it.
That's why they have to wear the cameras now.
Yep. No, and they'll never find a way around that. Like I've seen the cops, they just put their hand over it. Or I've seen that they, when people are recording them to put it on YouTube, they'll play like a Taylor Swift song on their phone because then YouTube won't put it up because it detects the Taylor Swift song.
Oh, that's pretty good.
But other people, you can put the video on on Vimeo or something that doesn't do that. So people see, there are videos of these cops doing this shit and like with their smug shit-eating grin as they do it because they think they beat the system.
Yeah, but they never heard of Rumble.
Yeah, oh no, they've heard of Rumble. They've heard of Rumble. They've heard of Truth Social.
That's what we should do. We should take our YouTube version and also throw it up on Rumble to get that crowd.
I wanted to get on Frank, but Frank didn't turn out to be a social network, even though he told us it would be.
No, we'll do Rumble next.
Yeah,
was Frank the My Pillow guy?
Yeah, he said it was going to be a social network, and then it turned out to just be a stream of him ranting, and there was no social network whatsoever.
Or maybe he doesn't know what a social network is.
No, he got conned hardcore. Like he paid somebody millions of dollars to make that website.
That's great.
And it turned out to just be a stream.
I wish I did that. I wish that was me.
Scammed the My Pillow guy. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty based. I wish
that's
I
a good guy to scam. If you're going to scam somebody, I don't endorse scamming, but if you're going to scam somebody, he's a good candidate.
He's got lots of money and he's easily tricked.
Yes. I don't know if he's got a lot of money now, but he did. At one point he did.
That must be one hell of a pillow if he has all that money.
I don't know, man.
That's got because what else does he do
What are you gonna do with a pillow
besides make pillows? Does he?
He wrote a book because he was on crack.
He was a crackhead, yeah.
He said the pillow guy's a crackhead.
Yeah, you don't know about this? I think we've talked about this before. Yeah, he was a former crackhead turned pillow salesman.
Wait, he's just the salesman, or did he invent the pillow?
Well, I don't know about inventing.
Was
but
he
yeah,
high
he
on
owns
crack
the
when
company.
he came up with the idea?
What is the idea? It's just a pillow.
It's a damn good pillow for him to be a millionaire now.
I bet it's not a damn good pillow.
And he's funding Trump's campaigns.
He's trying his damnedest.
Maybe he's the one who bailed him out.
Yeah. I can't wait for him to get involved in this
Vice President pillow guy.
Yeah, Mark Lindell? Mike Lindell? I think it's Mike Lindell.
Crackhead pillow guys, well, I'm going to think of now.
Problematic mics. These problematic mics.
Mics are trouble.
Yeah, they are. They're always throwing guys into piers, throwing guys into lakes and things.
Yeah.
So speaking of troubles, Flathead Flugie, Funnyman's trying to grab him and nab him, and then Laugh Man and Comic Man show up and they fuck the whole thing up.
Yeah, it looks like Funnyman's going to stick his prosthetic nose up Flathead's ass.
Yes. This was a common move in a lot of Golden Age comics where you just dive at a man's ass.
Hey, dude, you know what, dude? Double leg takedown? That's how you take a man down.
So Funny Man stops Comic Man and Laugh Man. He covers them in water, tells them they're all wet. And then he kicks them out and he says, yeah, I probably haven't seen the last of those guys, but I'm the original. Wink, wink.
Yeah, and I thought the story was going to continue where, like, they learn their lesson or he figures out a way to stop them from also trying to be clown crime fighters. Nope. But no, it just ends.
They're just assholes. Then they run off.
So it really was just like a big fuck you to, like, the Shazams of the world.
Absolutely was. Yeah. And at the end, the cop says, if it's any help, I couldn't possibly hate those guys more than I hate you.
He says, that's great. Well, as a comedian, I also really, really hate myself.
Yeah.
And he's like palling around with Flathead, too.
The only thing he hates, yes, the policeman's hanging around with Flathead Flugie.
Look how angry Flathead is. He's just like, just take me to jail.
The only person Funnyman hates more than the cops is himself.
Yep. He's got Flathead shit all over his fake news. Fake nose? Fake news. God.
You said that.
Very Freudian. All right, then we've got one last story here.
We thought this was going to be super long because this was from the 40s.
Yeah, no, this was pretty zippy. This is
I mean, that first fucking one was super long.
Nah, it wasn't. It was like 8 pages or something. But
Shée wants all the stories to be as long as the last one we just did. That was only like a few panels.
Yeah, Shée wants all the stories to be 0 pages so she can go have a snack.
I want a snack.
Yeah, I always want a snack. Yeah. This last story is called The Truant Toy. Mm-hmm. All right. Mm-hmm. And in this story, funny man, Larry David, he's walking down the street with his manager.
Yeah.
And
look at that.
He sees a guy on the street selling toy kangaroos that jump. And of course, he's a man-child, so he has to have one.
I was going to say child molester, but yeah.
No, he's just a grown adult who collects toys and puts them in a glass display case in a special room in his house.
God.
What's the problem here?
Grown men with toys.
Nah, it's okay. I only have like 2. But you know, if I had an extra room in the house, whatever, I could dedicate a shelf. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. You can have toys. Take them out of the box though. Don't leave them in the box. Take them out of that box. Have some fun with them. Wind them up. And so this dude's selling his kangaroo toys for $1. Just like $1. And
back
he says,
then,
all right,
that was $1,000.
Yeah. Yep. And what's his name? Janie. She's saying, oh, this is a colossal waste of your money, a colossal waste of your time. I'm sick of putting up with this.
She's thinking about dating this guy is a colossal waste of her time.
She's just trying to get that prenup signed.
She's just like, he makes so much money though.
She mentions he makes thousands of dollars a week, which, I mean,
really
that's good now. Yeah, that's good in 2023 dollars.
Shit, yeah, because $1 in 1948 is worth $12.48 today.
Yeah, he makes thousands of dollars being a funny man.
So he made it, so that by that estimate, he makes at least $20-some thousand a week.
A week? This
guy's a millionaire.
I guess it better buy
the equivalent.
It's better to buy dollar kangaroo toys than heroin.
Yeah, really. Well, get off his back. He bought a toy with $1.
He could be Lenny Bruce in it.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. It's $12.68.
Big difference. Thank you, Shée, for clarifying that huge gafluffle.
I mean, compound interest is a serious thing. So, Funny Man's backstage. He's having fun with his kangaroo toy, and then somebody runs in, and apparently the studio has the worst security because there's just some thief hanging around.
I don't think there was security back then.
Yeah, they hadn't come up with the idea yet.
And he like goes in the other room and puts on his goofy pants. She goes, "Oh God, not
like,
funny,
shit,
man."
yeah.
He goes, "Yep, that's what
Yeah.
I'm doing."
Hell yeah, Funny Man. Who's making thousands of dollars a week, bitch?
Didn't it say something that his clothes are just inside out? That like
That is. Oh, you know, I was
all
wondering. I was wondering where he keeps his clothes. Yeah, if it's just
guess
inside
so.
out.
In this one panel, his manager is played by Christina Ricci.
Oh, what another
Oh, I see
another lovely woman.
I know she's great.
Yeah, she's great. I got a little thirsty there. So moving on.
Oh yeah, Christina Ricci. Holy shit,
She's a beautiful lady, beautiful, talented, wonderful, great human being.
hell of an actress.
Hell of an act. I say actor because I don't think that should be a gendered term.
What do they do about the Oscars now? Then
They only get
they still say best actress,
put them
best
together,
actor.
or they could say female actor and male actor.
Is that what they do?
No, they don't. They say actor and actress. They're
just James is saying it.
regressive
Oh, I see.
Hollywood.
I see.
Yeah.
James is just being super fucking woke at me for no reason.
Yeah.
He's virtue signaled at me.
It's about time that the Oscars got a little more progressive. I'm sick of their backwards conservative views about society.
Did you see like? Oh, by the way, like all my Oscar predictions were all right when I said that everything, everywhere, all at once.
I
they
didn't
should win
think
all
they
the
would give it-
awards,
yeah.
and they got everything. They referred to the lead
Won
actress
everything,
who
all
won.
at
They
once.
said that she identifies as Asian.
I mean, technically,
That's
yeah,
weird.
sure.
Isn't that
It's
weird? What a
true.
weird way to say that. she is Asian.
Yeah, well, I
What
mean,
the
there.
fuck?
It makes
Identifies?
sense. It makes sense that she'd identify as Asian. Then.
If I identified as Asian, they'd crucify me.
Well, yeah, because you're
Yeah.
Irish.
but if she's Asian, she doesn't need to identify as Asian. She is Asian.
I mean, if I just say I am Polish, am I not identifying as Polish? I didn't use the word identify, but is that
that's
not
just
what
a strange way to put
Yeah,
that.
It is. It is weird. It is weird.
Like who's that for? I think
don't
the
know,
person who
man.
put that in the little notes, the little TV notes that tell you stuff. You think whoever did that is like patting themselves on the back? They're like, I'm a good person.
I think they're trying to be very, very careful, just like I'm trying to be right now. I don't want to say the wrong thing.
Nah, people don't care anymore. That's done. Trump's
Well,
back.
You can say anything you want in the last 25 minutes of the podcast. Nobody's gonna hear this.
Yeah, you can.
This is where you dump all the bad shit.
I know that's where all the Twitch people show up.
Yeah, like I don't want to hear that first half
No,
hour.
no, like the people on YouTube only listen to the first half.
No,
but
I
the
just-
last half is all the Twitch people,
I just want to get to the point where they're fighting
and they're a rowdy bunch.
and dropping hard Fs.
No.
Dropping hard F's in chat.
Jesus Christ.
Because I turned off the auto censor bot. I turned that motherfucker off.
Dear sweet mother God.
Not surprised. So, Funny Man runs backstage and he's looking for this thief so that he can figure out what's going on. And his manager, Christina Ricci, she puts her priceless heirloom, which is a ring, inside this kangaroo toy. Because she doesn't want it to get found by this bad guy. And the bad guy finds her and tells her to shut up.
The first thing he says is, "A dame, shut up."
Yep. He's asserting his masculinity.
Because he has PTSD about his wife.
All right. So what's his name? Funny Man hears this.
What's his name? Because it's so hard to remember that motherfucker's
Yeah.
name.
Oh,
starting
what's that funny guy's name?
Because we just saw Comic Man and Laugh Man, and they were so great. I'm thinking about those guys.
I think they called him the clown that wouldn't slow down.
Man, Shée, you showed up to work with jokes today, dude.
So Funny Man sees what's going on, and he runs after the guy. He calls him an octopus.
Yep.
And he throws an inkwell at him, covers him in ink.
Yeah, that's the first thing he thought of. He sees an inkwell. He's like, I'm just going to throw it at this guy's face.
And it works. And he just starts fucking with the guy because he's not really that much of a danger. Well, he's got a gun. I guess he is a danger.
Every time a funny man's about to fight a guy, he thinks to himself, what would Mo from the Three Stooges do?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he follows through. Then he throws what is that? The pancake makeup dispenser thing. Shea, what is that thing called? The poof.
Yeah, the poof.
Yeah.
Speaking of hard Fs.
Powder poof.
Yeah, there's a lot of hard Fs and poof.
Yeah. So
There's two of them at the end.
well, it's
They're
one.
caboose poofs.
That's one, but okay.
So
So
you add an extra F for emphasis.
oh, is it like double stuff Oreos when you keep
That's
adding Fs
right.
on there from when you have
right.
more stuff?
Uh-huh.
So he throws the poof at the guy's face, and he convinces him to run into a wall. He's having a great time fucking with this guy.
Yeah, he splits his head open and dies.
And now he's being sued. No.
By who?
That's yes. Well, by the thief's family, of course.
Did people sue each other back then? I don't think they sued
I
each
guess
other.
They didn't. They didn't care. Like nobody
Especially
had any
for
money.
like violence. I don't think that was a thing.
Yeah, nobody had any money. If people were honest, they didn't want to take anybody's meager salary from each other.
Isn't that crazy? Is the best way to win a lawsuit is just to have more money?
Yeah, I mean, it makes logical sense. It's not ethical.
I mean,
but
but crazy, it's sad, yes.
Isn't that, that's all you need to do is just to win a lawsuit, just have more money.
Yeah.
So then this kangaroo is jumping out the window, and this is a well-made toy for $1.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
man,
right?
it just keeps going.
Yeah. Well, again, it's worth $12.50 now.
Yeah.
It causes a bunch of mayhem.
Yep, and so it jumps down the street, and it offends an old woman, and she slaps Funnyman.
And he punches her in the face, killing her.
But he did it in a very funny way, so nobody cared.
Here's a guy lounging in front of a cement mixer for some reason.
So
He's just lounging around in front of it. That's a terrible place to put his relaxation chair.
there is a bizarre 2 panels where, this dude is drinking pink lemonade and fanning himself in front of a cement mixer, yelling at his workers. And
Yeah, I
then-
feel like you need to fucking move, bro.
This is great. I mean, he's keeping them from doing their job.
Right.
I mean,
Well,
really.
and so the somehow the kangaroo bounces by them, and the guy uses that as an excuse to kill his boss with cement.
Yes. So
Yeah, I was like, is that cement or
They open up-
asphalt or
they open
oil?
up the channel.
All the above would kill this guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
And
going
he
to be
drops-
super hot, and it's going to kill him.
He drops
Yeah.
his lemonade, and he's dead.
He's
And
dead.
the only sound around there is bloop.
Bloop, a little bloop right in his face.
He's screaming. No, he's screaming. You can.
You can't hear it.
It seems like there's he's dying.
Yeah, that's the sound of
It's
dying.
the
Oh, I
piping
thought
hot.
that was the sound of the kangaroo.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Oh, you know who doesn't know the sound of dying is Funnyman.
Yeah, that's
This
right.
guy slays every night.
I love it. Like he's like running after the kangaroo, but he happens to walk in front of a fire hose testing area.
Yes. And so they hit him with a. You know how sometimes you're walking down the street and around the corner the firemen are testing out their new hose? You know how
He
that
made
happens
sure to
all the
put
time?
on the outfit though before he turned it on.
Yeah, because it's a dress rehearsal.
It's the only way the hose works.
It's the only way you know for sure that it's going to work.
And he goes, "Take it from me, it works."
Yeah, it's funny. And then the kangaroo jumps on like a dog's head, all right? And Funnyman pretends like he's scared of the dog, but Funnyman ain't scared of nothing.
No, he loves playing with dogs.
Yeah. And then the kangaroo jumps into the sexy woman's orchestra. What the fuck is going on here?
The size of the kangaroo keeps changing.
Okay, yeah. So the kangaroo, who now has a horny grin on his face, he's now 4 feet tall. He jumps into his orchestra, and it's all manned by just various sexy women playing instruments.
Yeah, like all women who play instruments.
That is true. That is
It's
absolutely
sexier
true.
than a woman with an instrument.
I'm pretty impressed that the woman that's on top of her standing bass while not holding it up herself. Nothing's
was-
holding
Yes.
up that bass.
She is straddling that bass.
She's straddling the bass and continuing to play it. She's still got the bow in her
Yeah.
right hand.
She's straddling that bass like it has an inheritance.
All right. So the kangaroo keeps bounding through. Funnyman runs through. He doesn't see any problem with this. He's got the dog now attached to his butt, which used to happen a lot back in those days.
Right? It says he should grab that shovel he uses to smack butts.
No, he already used that joke. It wouldn't be funny if he did it again.
Oh, this time he's killing a dog with it, though.
So, he manages to shake the dog, and he jumps into the zoo. And we've got an ape alert. We got primates.
Yep, we sure
Yep.
do.
We got primates. We got to be careful, or else we're going to attract a wild Joe Rogan to the show.
The thing about chimps is
Oh, no,
you
there
can
he
keep
is.
them when they're
Nope.
young, and then they
You
get
gotta
older,
get out of here.
and it's
This
like
is
a
not your
man.
show.
So
It's
I
not for
think
you.
Start biting off
This is
fingers.
ours.
It's one of the things
Our
chimps
show.
do.
You get out of here.
Chimps get mad at you.
Get
they
out of
bite
here.
off your finger.
All right. He's gone.
I love Joe Rogan.
Anytime you got apes around, he's going to show up. I guarantee you. Primates, he's going to show up.
That guy created podcasting.
Yep. He was
Yeah.
the
created,
first podcast.
He created martial arts.
Yep.
He created podcasting.
Mm-hmm.
He invented marijuana.
And he was on news radio.
Great man. He invented news radio.
He invented color television.
He killed Phil Hartman when he got too mouthy.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's the saddest. That's the saddest thing he did. But he had to do it. He had no choice. Phil Hartman gave him no option.
He bit off his
Jesus
fingers like a
Christ,
chimp.
guys.
So, oh boy. So, Funnyman finally catches the kangaroo, and he brings the ring back to Junie, Christina Ricci.
Yep.
And he says, I hope this was worth it because I almost died.
Yeah, and he grabs her face.
He grabs her face because it's the 40s and men were just allowed to do shit like that.
She looks terrified, and he looks like he's going to kill her. Like he's mad.
She also gains and loses a hat over the course of this scene.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait, no, that's a
Yes.
different scene. She changed her clothes as well.
Oh, yeah, it does say soon after.
Soon after. Okay, fair.
She's put
And,
on her evening wear, which is just like her day-to-day wear.
It's got one of those ruffled neck things. Those are nice. I like those.
A collar?
That's for when you go out to eat and you don't want to spill food on your shirt.
That's called a bib.
Yeah, she's got a bib just built into her shirt.
Call her. I hardly know her.
Hey, look at the funny man over here.
I know.
Yeah.
And so they're going out, and she's saying, you better not pull any more of that shit anymore. And he says, yeah, I'm over that. I'm not going to buy any more toys off the street.
Psych!
And then he's like, yeah, give me 5 of them.
Yeah, then he sees a dog. He sees a jumping toy dog, and he's like, oh, yeah, fuck yeah, hook it up.
She's like, oh, my God.
I can't wait till he signs that paperwork, and then I can murder him and take his fortune.
Yeah, there we go. That's how that's how every marriage ends.
And then we have the back end of the story that you guys didn't read, the text story. So
Don't
you can get into
care.
that.
I ain't reading.
And I mean, that's it.
Yep.
That's it. What do we think of Funnyman?
I liked it.
Yeah, I kind of did too.
Shée didn't.
Shée, what's your final?
I feel the same way.
Right. You still don't like it. All right. Well,
Still bored.
I had a good time. I actually bumped it up after the first read. I really enjoyed it. I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 stolen precious heirlooms.
You ever see the photo of the orangutan that spearfishes?
No, I didn't.
It's crazy.
Nope.
He's hanging onto a tree.
I'm
with
sure it
one
was cool,
hand,
but
and
this
he's
is
got
the
a
rating
stick
part where we have
with
to.
the other hand.
You're
He's
stepping over the
fucking
dings.
stabbing at
You're going to
fish.
ruin the whole.
They're
Got
so
it. Yeah, here
close
you're
to
ruining the whole
us.
bit. We missed all the
They're
dings.
just like a few
God damn it!
million years away.
Can't get rid of that guy once you start talking about apes. I think that's it. Mm-hmm. I think we did it.
Mm-hmm. We
we
did.
did
Successful.
it.
Successful. We should talk about next time.
We should.
And what the hell could it be?
I don't know.
Well, we don't know. That's the whole point of the bit.
We have to let God decide.
God in the form of the wheel, the funniest man of all, God.
Yeah, right? The most based person.
He's got the greatest gags. All kinds
Cosmically
of
based.
murder and cancer and terrible things that only he finds funny because he's so elevated.
Right? He gives us hands to jack off with and tells us we can't jack off.
They're perfect for jacking off.
Based God.
He's just going to do his thing. So yeah, we've got a bunch of items on the wheel. We've got Captain America at 222. We've got Star Spangled Comics number 40. We've got DP 732. All right. Cyforce, anything anybody's pushing for, pulling for? Metamorpho?
DP.
Yeah. I was trying to.
Of course, the girl wants the DP.
Shée has gotten filthy. Just reprehensible.
What do I want? I want Ninja Turtles meets Archie.
Ninja Turtles. Is that on the wheel?
It says Ninja
Yes.
Turtles / Archie.
Oh, man. I hope I didn't make that up. I hope I didn't dream that one.
I want one of the Ninja Turtles.
Well, you know what? That might mean that they were published under Archie Comics.
Oh, yeah. But then there's Teenage
okay.
Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures number 64. That's also Archie Comics. I want Ninja Turtles.
All
Okay.
right, let's see. Yeah, I'm hoping for Strange Sports issue 6.
All right.
I threw a Suicide Squad on the list too because like there's something about assassinating somebody which I thought was pretty funny.
Oh, yeah? Okay, well, I'll just add that Suicide Squad thing.
I want that one too.
I haven't looked at that list, so I'm going to add that to the list right now.
Yeah.
All right.
If I don't get DP, I'd like Phase 1 phasers too.
Time to listen to some spinning music. What do we got?
Wheels keep on spinning round, spinning round, spinning round. Wheels keep on spinning round, spinning round and round.
There we go. 90s hippie slack rockers cake, Wheels.
I thought it was Beck for a second because I can't tell the difference.
They were kind of the same thing, at least at that point. In the 90s? All right, well, we can spin to that.
Oh, what could it be?
And we're looking at
Oh,
Tech World.
Remember
17.
this? Remember
No.
William Shatner's
so
magnum
excited.
opus?
Tech World issue 17.
I am so excited.
Did
Why?
you like Tech World last time we did it, Shea?
I'm going to like it this time.
What?
Do you think they made a lot of progress?
I don't remember you being like really into it last time.
Might not have. Very excited this round.
Do you like William Shatner, Shea? Is there something I don't know about this?
I like that one William Shatner album he did with Ben Folds.
Okay,
Fuck yeah.
That has very little to do with William Shatner and a lot
The
to do
one
with Ben
that
Folds.
one with Henry Rollins.
Henry Rollins.
Yeah.
I can't get. I think I told
can't
the story
go for
before.
that.
Yeah,
Friend of the show.
I heard him in person. I went to see his stage show where he told the story of that before that album even came out.
I did too, actually.
Oh yeah,
Isn't that
You guys
weird?
go together?
No, I didn't
this
even
was
know him at the time.
This was before I lived in Chicago. This was in like 2008 or something like that, and I came to Chicago for that show.
I'm just a huge Rollins fan, and I go see everything he does.
I'm a Rollins man.
Yeah, I am a Rollins man.
Love the man. Good man. I did see a video recently of him. I guess for a long time he didn't know what the Black Flag logo was.
He has
He
it
had to-
tattooed on his arm.
I don't know if he found out when he got in the band. I wasn't sure where this interview was taking place when he was talking about it, like if he was talking about before he joined the band or afterwards, but he said like for a lot of years I didn't know what that logo was, and somebody finally explained to me that it's a flag waving. And okay, that makes sense.
I didn't even know about Black Flag until like years after I was already listening to Rollins' band.
Oh, you went backwards.
Yeah.
Oh man, so we're gonna look at Henry Rollins, number 17. No, let's look at the cover. I got it up here. Says William Shatner's Tech War from Marvel's Epic Comics imprint, and it's William Shatner and his buddy.
I don't remember, like, was William Shatner supposed to be the main guy in Tech
He-
World?
But it's not him.
Yeah, it's an analog. It's a guy. It's totally not William Shatner, but he's absolutely William Shatner.
This
or
was
at least
supposed to be the
William
future,
Shatner.
and they got the
Yeah.
skinny jeans down.
They got the jeans down.
They knew that's where we were going.
Well, so Shatner's character, who is totally not Shatner, but he's definitely Shatner, he's wearing skinny jeans, fair. And then his buddy looks like he's wearing yoga pants, like Lululemon pants.
They knew
So-
that that's where we were going.
He's also wearing high heels. Look at him.
And we were all, we were going to be a little more loose with our
Well,
gender
Shatner's
norms.
notoriously short.
Is he really? That seems
Yeah.
about right. The insecure fuck. Yeah.
Everyone was in the future was going to be in shape, and like they're going to have mullets and goofy facial hair. They got that down.
I mean, it does make sense that everyone would be in shape in the future. Like you just you continue to refine.
What was
things
the
as time goes
story
on.
to Tech War?
There was like a drug thing. Like there's a techno drug. Wasn't it like a VR thing?
Yeah, like a VR thing.
All
Everyone
right.
was just like ruining their lives on the internet. So like now.
Yeah.
Shea, can you give us some closing plugs? Get us out of here.
Yeah, can. Listen
why I
to all of our episodes on whatever podcast app you're using right now, or Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Your Mom's House.
Your Mom's House is an actual podcast,
Oh, is it?
though. Yeah, there's a podcast called Your Mom's House.
Wow.
Well, I guess listen to
Friends
them
of the
too.
show.
I don't. Yeah,
no,
I
don't.
care.
Only
Oh.
listen to us.
Okay, never mind. But you can also see things regarding us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. I know we're at Dark Side's Couch on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Mike, are we at Dark Side's Couch on Twitch?
Nope, Brett Santa Huels.
The cohesion here is incredible. The finely oiled machine that we got going here.
I just used what I was using.
That's fine. We can fix it later if we need to.
I was just waiting because like I figured sooner or later I'd get banned, and then I'd have to make a new profile.
Ooh, smart.
Shea, you always give so much prominence to Stitcher, and I don't know that, one, I'm not sure Stitcher's still around, and two, I don't think anyone's ever listened to us on Stitcher.
Not once.
It's literally I guys, if you listen to all the episodes back to back, you might notice that I say pretty similarly the same thing every time.
Do you
you do.
use Stitcher, Shea?
I used to.
All right, that's why. Now we know. Because it's the only podcast app that Shea approves of.
I think that's Stitcher's official slogan is, I used to use this. Well, I've alienated the Stitcher people. Any final thoughts before we get out of here?
Just remember, guys, if you have an ugly face and you think that I'll get girls by being funny, that doesn't necessarily work.
Shea.
Be better than this guy. Be better than Funnyman.
Impossible. Ta-ta for now, Cushion Crusaders. We'll talk to you next time on the couch.
Everybody be cool, this is a robbery!
Any of you fucking pricks move! And I'll execute every motherfucking last one of you!
This looks like a job for
Funnyman. Hey, kids!
Not so funny now, is it? Funny man.